When we are able to step into the wind of the Spirit, in other words, be moved by the directions, encouragement that the Holy Spirit has for us, our lives literally change. We lay down a path that others are able to walk on them. And there's so many times in our life where we hear the direction of the Spirit or the conviction or something of the Spirit, well, we just don't follow that. Today is going to be the last part of the last verse today says, put on the mind of Christ. But we have the mind of Christ. The song the last song we're going to sing for this time is the song, Your Arms. When you're going through trials of life, it's easy to depend on or to seek or to need the arms of the Lord. Ironically, it's when we don't have need that we start to veer off because we feel very confident in ourselves, or we just don't, our meals are taken care of, or our bills, or our health, or whatever it is that normally people worry about. When we don't have those worries, then we don't need God anymore. Kind of like a wealthy son, if their dad gives them everything that they need, they don't need dad. And so they don't spend much time with him. There was a dad, and I've shared this sometime in the past, not recent past, but a long time ago. There was a dad who was very wealthy, and he would give his son not an inheritance, but like an allowance. And so every year he would give him a large sum of money, and through the year the son would go through that sum of money. But as he got closer to the end of the year, the dad was noticing that he was hanging around him, he was talking to him, he was closer to him. And the reason was he was out of money and he needed something once again. Well, the dad got to thinking, I want to spend more time with my son. So he took the same exact amount of money that he would give to his son, and he divided up by the number of days in the year, and he only gave him one portion, 1 day's worth of that total amount. Now the son, the first day, whenever it was the first day of the year, normally he would get thousands and thousands of dollars. He only got hundreds of dollars. And he said, Dad, what's wrong with this year? Because he was making plans for what he was supposed to have. And the dad said, well, we didn't get to spend much time together, so I thought instead of giving it to you in one lump sum, I'd prorate it out throughout the entire year. The son was angry at first. Dad, I need the whole thing because I have this. But as the weeks went on, as the days and the weeks went on, then they started to talk. It was almost like, now the dad looked forward to it the whole time, but the son didn't realize what his need was and what he was missing. But because the dad gave it to him little by little, they established a relationship. When God took care of the needs of the people through the wilderness, He gave it to them, the manna, the bread of life, the food that they would eat. He gave it to them just enough to see them through the day so that they'd depend on Him tomorrow. And many of your lives and our life has been like that, where we didn't have an overabundance, but we had what we needed. We never missed a meal, and we were always dependent on the Lord. If that is your life, you are probably the most blessed person that walks on the face of this earth, because those who don't have need do not have the relationship with the Father that you have. Now this song says, when I'm walking through the trials, I can depend on Him because His arms will always hold me up, cradle me. Your arms.
When the sea is raging, waves are crashing round. When my heart is fearful and I'm quickly going down, help me to remember, however rough the sea, that underneath the current, oh, your arms are holding me. In your arms you cradle me and make me feel secure. In your arms you're showing me your mercy will endure. In your arms you're lifting me above troubled seas. I'll be safe because I know your arms are holding me. And when the sea has ceased its raging, the sun will still remain. So until find a refuge where I'll be safe from harm. No storm can overtake me in the shelter of your arms. In your arms you cradle me and make me feel secure. In your arms you're showing me your mercy will endure. In your arms you're lifting me above troubled seas. I'll be safe because I know your arms are holding me. In your arms you cradle me and make me feel secure. In your arms you're showing me your mercy will endure. In your arms you're lifting me above troubled seas. I'll be safe because I know your arms are holding me. I'll be safe, oh, I'll be safe because I know your arms are holding